Hello everyone, once again, we are looking at lesson 3.4, chapter 3, lesson 4. This main idea is called the distributive property, where basically you're multiplying an outside number into each of the items inside a parentheses. For example, as you could see here, I multiplied 4 into each item, 4n plus 4 times 6, and then all I do is simplify the multiplication. Sometimes when you're solving equations, you may come across something like this, and there's nothing to worry about, just follow through, just like I did in this example. Multiply by 3 here, multiply by 3 there, and then you just keep going like we have been since the beginning of solving equations. Here, when nothing is there, we assume there's a negative sign. So this is going to be 8y minus 2y. A negative times a negative goes back to a positive. And then all you do is combine terms. 6y plus 3 equals to 9. Minus 3 minus 3. And you get 6y equals 6. Divide by 6. And your answer is going to be 1. We do the same thing over here. We're just going to multiply the parentheses. And you say, well, gosh, I have a fraction. What am I going to do? Put 2/3 times 6 over 1 for the first one. And you're going to get 12 over 3, which is 4. So the first part is going to be 4n. Then I do 2/3 times the 12. That's 24 over 3, which is 8. And as you could see, if you work out the fractions, it gets simple very quickly. Combine terms, 4n minus 3 equals to 3. And then you just add 3 to both sides. We keep going, divide by 4. And you are going to simplify this down to 3 over 2. Now, you could write it as a fraction, or you can write it as a mixed number, or you can write it as a decimal 1.5. The answers are all the same. On this example, it looks complicated because the numbers look larger, but we do the same thing. We're going to multiply the parentheses, and we're going to get 30 equals 2.5 times 4. As you could see, you're going to get 10.0 or 10, 10n. And then you're going to have a plus, and let me see, 2.5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. I get 12.5. 12.5 minus 5. I want to put a 0.0 there, so I'll make sure to line up my decimals. All right. I have here 30 equals 10n. Combine those two. I'm going to put a 5.0 here, and I get 17.5. Now, I'm going to turn this around to keep my letter on the left. I'm going to write the right-hand part over here like this. And again, I'd say to you, you want to keep your n on the left, so that when we get to inequalities, the difficulty is not going to be there. Subtract 17.5, like so. Put a 0.0 there. I get 10n. Borrow, that's 29, that's 5. That's going to be 2. I get 12.5. Now, divide by 10. The shortcut is to move one decimal place to the left, and you're going to get n equals 1.25. This is something that you might encounter in the TSI. You have to read the language. It talks about a square, so I'm going to draw a square right here. And it has sides of 2n minus 3 all the way around. like this. And all of these sides have to equal to 36. The word is means equals. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8n, and minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, and minus 3 is minus 12 equals 36. And now you have an equation that you can go to and solve. Add 12, you get 48, divide by 8, and you're going to get 6. So the value of n is 6. So the length of each side would be 2 times 6 minus 3. I'm going to put the 6 right in here and get 12 minus 3, which is 9. So we can say the length of each side is going to be 9. Notice you have two different problems here. One for the value of n, and then one for the length of the side. Take a look at this figure. We have the same thing. We're talking about perimeter. That means we add up these three sides. I want to write it as n plus 2, n plus 1, n. All of this equals to 12. So that's going to be 3n plus 3 equal to 12. And then all I do is solve like we normally do. Then we're going to get 3n equals to 9, n equals to 3 when you divide. Now notice what the question is asking. Find the value of n and the length of each side. So this is one answer. Now we come back and put it in here. This is a 3. This is a 3 plus 1. And this is a 3 plus 2. So the sides are going to be 3 and 4 and 5. These are the sides. So be careful about reading the question. Once again, this is lesson number 3.4.